All right, this is the first Canadian whiskey that I've done. Looks interesting. Let's check it out. So this is a Canadian whiskey that is based off of Pendleton, Oregon, but it's from Canada. This is their Midnight whiskey. This is a blended Canadian whiskey that they take part of it, not all of it, but part of it, and they put it in American brandy barrels for 6 years. And then they mix that back in, and now we have Pendleton Midnight whiskey. So let's give it a try. A little bit of a zing on the nose, but it is 45%. You get a little bit of the brandy notes on the nose. You get that kind of just like whiskey forward, kind of caramel, chocolate, things like that. Little bit of spice notes, so I can see those rye characteristics coming through pretty strong, and a little bit of tart cherry notes in there. Oh, yeah, I see the brandy a lot in this. It's got the body of a whiskey. A lot of brandy flavor comes through though. So I don't know what their ratio of how much they split off and put in brandy barrels, but I'm guessing it's a lot, or it gets so much brandy flavor for sitting in those barrels for 6 years that when it blends back, you get a lot of brandy flavor off of this, at least on the palate. On the nose, you get a little bit more whiskey flavor. On the palate, way more brandy. You get the raisin notes. You get kind of tart raisin along with sweet raisin. The sweet raisin kind of comes off like caramelized bananas or like overly ripe bananas. So it's definitely sweeter on the palate, but the burn kind of contrasts that a little bit. A cocktail I created with this, I wanted to make a Manhattan style cocktail because I wanted those brandy notes to go along with the sweet vermouth. However, I decided to use a maraschino cherry syrup instead because that would bring out still those kind of grape flavors and some of those fruity berry tones, but it would add a little bit more sweetness, so it would kind of make it between a Manhattan and an old fashioned. Then I used two different types of bitters. I used Angostura, similar to what you would use in a regular Manhattan, but then I used chocolate mole bitters because I wanted those chocolate notes to go along with the chocolate tones in the whiskey, but then I wanted those chilies to pair along with some of those berry fruity tones and add more complexity to the cocktail. So let's see how this turned out. Yeah, that's good. It's like a complex Manhattan with an old-fashioned sweetness. That little bit of chilies in there adds a little bit more complexity than just a regular Manhattan. The spiciness goes along with the spiciness and boldness of this whiskey. And then the maraschino cherry syrup sweetens it up a little bit more like an old fashioned, but with similar flavors to a Manhattan. A good price point for this whiskey. I got this bottle for just over $25. It was like $25, $17 or something like that. So I think if you can get a bottle for $25, I think you're looking at a good deal for this, but I think normally you'll see it for around $30. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. It was like I was on a rodeo. Like I was actually there at the roundup.